found it. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you all for joining us. And the guys who are going through some hardships too, thank you for finding time and possibility to joining us. This information is more for people who are into self-development and psychology, coaching, um, you know, this area. And what I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be presenting a technique called PEAT. PEAT stands for primary polarities, activation, and neutralization, and transformation. Actually, it's primary polarities, activation, and transcendence. And I'm going to explain a little bit later what it means. Right now, I'm going to concentrate on what PEAT actually does. So PEAT, it's a let's call it a coaching technique. You can resolve all kinds of issues with this technique. A lot of psychological issues, as well as the issues that people come to coach a life coach with. I will be also giving examples of people, what their issues were, and what I was able to resolve by working with them. So usually how this is happening, I would have a person come to me, to my office, sit in front of me, and I would ask them, like, what is it that they would like to process today? What is it that they'd like to talk to me about? And first, I'll just listen to what they're saying to me, and I'll be recording with a pen and paper or on the computer what they're saying. And I'll be looking for places where they have emotional charges. So what PEAT does, PEAT is very good at removing emotional charges. And what is an emotional charge? It's anything that it could be from your past. Let's give an example about the past, right? So let's say you've had some unpleasant memory that you'd like to forget. And every time this memory comes up, it gives you unpleasant sensations. So I don't know of any other technique that could resolve this in up to like 40 minutes. In one session, in most people, this could be resolved. So people live with trauma, and some people don't know about this. Actually, a lot of people don't know about this, but any kind of traumatic experience can be removed, can be neutralized by PEAT in up to 40 minutes. So that's one thing that PEAT is good at. And then it can also help you change your attitude towards anything. And by changing your attitude, you are literally opening possibilities for yourself. And let's say you have some goal that you're trying to reach, and for some reason you have been wanting to reach this goal for a couple of years, but you cannot. So why is it that you cannot reach that goal? Some people say you cannot reach it because you don't have enough patience. Some people say you cannot reach that goal because you don't have enough motivation. Some people say you just gotta like be more persistent on working on it. But the truth is, if you have a goal that you're working towards and it's slipping through your fingers, then there is something inside you that needs to be changed. And PEAT is very good at changing those things. So speaking about me personally, 20 years ago, I could not imagine myself giving speeches in front of a group of people. Right now, I'm giving speeches in front of 100, no, yeah, about like 100 people, and this is okay with me. So why is it okay with me now and it wasn't okay before? Because I have processed myself with PEAT. So you PEAT is a personal transformation technique, and what it means is that uh, a lot of people don't really connect those things, but there is a lot of things that could be changed in one's life by changing them, by transforming them from the inside. Uh, I'll give you a couple of examples. Like some people think their money situation cannot be changed just by working on themselves. And I'll give you two or three examples when I have changed somebody's financial situation by working on some of their issues that they brought up to me. Um, I had one client who was an entrepreneur, businessman, and he said when he came to me, he said that his income has dropped in the last month, and we did a session. After the session, his income increased. It became a little more than what it was before it dropped. So it didn't like he didn't start making like 100 times more money, but let's say he was making like $1,000, $3,000 per month. When his income dropped, he was making $1,000 per month, $1,000 per month. And after I worked with him after one session, he started making $4,000 per month. So that's one example. How did I do this? I did the paid session on him. Another example is I had a store owner as a client, and this store owner, I don't know if you guys, it's kind of weird, okay? In California, in San Francisco, there is a district where gay people live. If you can imagine that, like the whole big district were mostly populated by gay people. So this guy had a store in that gay district, and his store wasn't doing good. He's he was selling like he had a boutique, and it wasn't sold well. So I asked him. So he wanted me to work on him and to find out why his business is not doing very well. So I asked him, so what is your attitude towards gay people? And he's like, oh, I hate those guys. And I said, well, you know what? If you hate someone, then you cannot receive money from them because money is an energy. And if you hate somebody, you cannot receive from them. So how, when you opened your store in the middle of the gay district, what were you thinking about? All right, so what can we do about it? Would you like me to process your attitude towards gays? And he agreed to that. And we removed the negative charge that hate that he had toward gay people. So, well, guess what happened next? His income increased. because the people that he hated before and he stopped hating them, they started buying from him. So that's another example how changing something in the inside can increase your your money situation. Let's see, I was thinking of one more example. But so far, I want to ask you, do you guys have any questions about what I said so far? If you guys want to talk, you need to turn on your microphone and ask a question. And then please turn off your microphone after you spoke.
Okay, my question is this the technique that you're talking about? Is it an app or what is it exactly? How does it work?
What exactly do you mean? Was that Wilfred? Yeah, turn please can you ask your question again?
Yeah, I have heard you talk about this PR coaching technique,
Yeah.
and my concern was like, what is it about? Like, how does it work? Because you've really talked of how you've used it to
Okay,
change,
all
transform
right.
your life.
So let's say there is something that you don't like. Uh let's say, is there a person in your life that you don't like? Yeah, let's don't
Yeah,
turn off the microphone. Let's talk about it and then you can turn off the microphone, okay? So is there a person you don't like? Like when you think about it, you get some unpleasant sensations.
yeah, true. There are a lot of people I don't like,
Okay, all right.
including
So if
including
you
the boss.
choose if you choose to change your attitude toward some of those people, then you can apply the PEAT technique. And after the session, I cannot demonstrate the session to you right now because it's then we're going to be going above the scope of this of this meeting today. But I'll just tell you that after the session, like if before the session you think about the person and when you think about them you get some unpleasant feeling, then after the session you think about this person and you don't feel anything. It's like blank. So same goes for
Oh,
some unpleasant memory that you have. Again, right now, if you have some unpleasant memory and you think about it and like you don't feel good after the session, it's just a picture. Like whatever happened to you before, you still remember it, but there is no unpleasant sensations that
negative side.
accompany that. Okay?
Oh, okay. It's all right. Okay, okay.
Okay, was it
I
clear?
can't wait to have one session.
You can use it? Oh, I'm sure everybody can use it.
I'm saying I can't wait to have a session.
I'm sorry. Can you say it again?
I'm saying I can't wait to have a session of this technique.
You uh you could use a session, you're saying?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sure everybody could use a session. All right. So I have some messages in the chat, so let me read them. Somebody was late. It's all right. I'll have the recording. Don't worry about it. Okay. Um, Priscilla is asking, Eugene, does it mean that PIAT is about paradigm shift or is it more about self-awareness? Well, Priscilla, it's both. And you know why it's both? Because let's say it's a paradigm shift towards self-awareness. Because this is the thing about PIAT, okay? Yeah, I think that's the best way to describe it. It is a paradigm shift towards self-awareness. So every time you process something, every time you go undergo the transformation, every time you're one step closer to being more self-aware, being more present, being more conscious. Because what stops you or me or everybody else from being more present and more conscious and more aware are the emotional charges, the polarities that we have, the mental structures, and the energetic mental structures that we have. And, it's kind of like brushing your teeth, okay? But you are brushing off the positive and negative charges, the electromagnetic charges that we kind of tend to gather and carry around, so to speak. So I have had sensations of people when they have been emotionally discharging, they were reporting that it felt like there's electric charge going through them because emotional and electric is connected. I don't know if I make sense, but there is another thing called so PEAT is not the only technique that removes negative charges. Like there is an emotional freedom technique, and there's a lot of different techniques that work with emotional charges. What's unique about PEAT is when you work with the PEAT technique, you're not only removing the charge that is related to some issue that the person stated. Let's say somebody comes to you and they say, well, I have this and this issue, so I have this charge. So we start working on that and we release that charge. But after that charge has been released, there is a deeper charge. So that comes up right after releasing the superficial charge. So then we release the deeper charge. And then we release the deeper charge and deeper charge and deeper charge. And finally, we get to that thing called a person's personal codes or person's prime polarities. And that is like the biggest unawareness a person have and the biggest game that they're playing with their own self through most of their lifetime. And when that happens, when the neutralization of primary polarities happens, it's like when that happened to me, it's like my whole life has become clear to me. Like I could see, like talking about, you were asking about self-awareness. When I integrated my my personal codes, my primary polarities, I could see the two polarities that I've been playing this with all my life. It was like a wow. It was like, okay, so that's what I'm doing all my life. I'm just shifting between those two polarities. And I was not aware of that until I had that session. Uh, does that make sense?
Yes.
Priscilla, did I answer your question?
Yeah, I would like to ask a question.
All right. Somebody
Yeah,
wants to ask a question. Yes, sir.
yeah.
I
My
can I
question.
can I cannot hear Priscilla. I'm sorry. Priscilla, you can type. You can type if you want. I'm sorry. Today I have trouble hearing you. Okay, okay, I have answered questions. Okay, somebody else had a question, please.
Into the code 124. Personalized like you. You can choose what friend ratings you'd like most. And can even block entire channels should you
Mr. Rosemary, did you have a question or?
Hello.
Yes, hi.
Hello. Eugene
Hi.
Sekin.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Boro. I'm zooming in from Nairobi, Kenya.
Nice.
And my
Very
question
nice.
is, yeah? My
Where are
question
you?
is, you're talking about physical emotions. Hello?
Yes. Yes.
You're talking about physical emotions and those deeper emotions, just like you very well told us that everyone has character defects. My question is, what is the deeper meaning of this technique? Is it just for awareness, or is there some form of coaching that you want us to really get to know about how we can deal with these situations, or what is the essence of
Well, when
the
you're
introduction that you just gave us?
when you're getting the awareness, you're getting the clarity, and I don't need to tell you how to deal with this situation because you get the awareness of how to deal with this situation and you get the clarity and you will know how to deal with it once you have yourself processed. So it's about self-empowerment. It's not about me telling you how to do, what to do, how to feel about it. It's about you getting your own awareness and tapping into your inner knowledge and getting your own awareness and your own sense and your own clarity about the situation. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay. I understand what you are saying. It's just for you expounding on us how to deal with our inner awareness. Is it what you're saying?
This technique will give you inner awareness, and I believe that empowerment is not about telling you what to do and how to do and how to have an attitude towards this or that. I believe that empowerment is about you getting your own answers, and you have those answers, but sometimes it's hard for us to tap into those answers. So what PEAT does, it removes all the unnecessary stuff that's in your way of your own clarity and your own self-awareness. So once all that stuff is removed, if your goal is to get clarity about a situation, you will get it. You will know exactly what's going on and why it's happening and how you created this. And or if not you, then how this situation was created. So it is a form of coaching, but it's I would say it's form of empowering coaching, where you get to be empowered to know what's true for you. Okay? All right. Hello. Okay, so the good thing about PEAT, if does anybody have any more questions that I can answer before I continue? Hello. Okay, all right, then I will continue. So the good thing about PEAT is that when you're talking to the client and they think you're working on one problem and you think so too, like I work with a client and let's say they have relaxation issues or they have difficulty falling asleep. And you work on that, and you know, at the end of the session, you ask them, like, you find the negative charge that they had, you remove that negative charge, and so the problem with sleeping has been resolved. But I had cases where I have been working on one problem and this problem got resolved, but along with that problem being resolved, just in one session, a couple of other things that the client didn't even mention also got resolved. Because of how deep PEAT goes into working in transforming one's personality, you could accidentally resolve a couple of problems by solving just one problem. So I was working on this lady in her late 30s who was never married before, and she never mentioned anything about being married. We worked on different things like relaxation, sleeping, you know, some health problems. And now she tells me she's being married to a guy in Germany. So was it because of PEAT? I don't know. But I know her other issues has been resolved as a result of those sessions. And I think the fact that she got married could also be attributed to that, because of the change in her personality that she chose to be different. And you know, when you choose to transform yourself, to become more self-aware, to become more you know, conscious, then your wishes come true. That happened to me multiple times, and I've watched people multiple times, you know, having their wishes come true as they progress towards more consciousness, more awareness, more presence with their life. So with that being said, I hope you guys understand now what PEAT is. And if you think that you have any of the issues that may apply to PEAT, then you can ask me. Like, you can ask me, like, hey, I have this and this. Do you think PEAT will help me with that? And I can honestly answer, like, if I had worked with somebody before with the similar issue and if I helped them or not. Otherwise, I think I am done with my presentation. So I'm here to answer questions. And if there is no question, then I'll tell you about the masterclass. All right, so let me tell you about a masterclass. It takes 3 days to learn PEAT. I usually do it, if I do a 3-day class, I do it like Friday evening and then Saturday and Sunday. The nearest class that I'm gonna teach on PEAT is gonna be in about 4 weeks. On the weekend. What you get after the class, if any of you will choose to to learn PEAT, after the class, you'll get a certificate of being a PEAT processor. So you will be able to work on others and you'll be certified to work on others. Also, you will get you will join the chat where there will be other PEAT practitioners, and you'll be able to communicate with those practitioners, exchange experience, ask questions, and of course, to exchange PEAT sessions with other practitioners. Also, you will get my personal support after the class is finished for up to 3 months. All right, we gotta mute. Sorry, I'm gonna mute you because I'm the one talking right now. I'm not. Yeah, the music is kind of distracting me here. So you will get yes, you'll get my personal support for after 3 months. So if you have any questions about clients, about the technique, about anything, you can ask me and I'll be readily available. So that's what it is. It's a class, it's a certificate, it's being part of the PEAT community, and it's my personal support for 3 months. That's what you'll be getting. Also, in addition to being certified, of course, you'll gain this skill and you'll be able to work on yourself, which I really want you to do. So I want you to work on yourself as much as possible after you have completed the class, because the more you work on yourself, the better you are, the more conscious you become, the more aware you become, the more clear you become, the more powerful you become, the more influential you become, and the better you're able to help others. All right, we have a question. As dealing with different people and different issues with PEAT, do you have to charge according to their sessions or just the results? Definitely for the sessions, because you are charging for your time. And the result is up to them. It's not up to you. You cannot, if somebody is saying they want to change, but in truth they don't, no technique will work. So it's always up to the person if they want to change. So definitely needs to be charged per your time, not per results. I also, once you start practicing, I also suggest you sell not one session, but a package of sessions. Let's say like 6 sessions or 10 sessions, because it's usually enough to whatever issue the people are coming to you with. Let's say that 6 to 10 sessions is enough to help them with that issue, along with many other issues that come along with that. So even though one problem can be resolved in one session, it's just, it makes more sense to do at least 6 to 10 sessions on a person, because then they could really get the value of transformation. So thank you very much for asking that question. I know some of us, I know Priscilla is a coach, and I'm really flattered that you got interested in this technique. And this is a technique that any coach can use. I have coaches that are using this technique a lot in their practice. Then there are people who are using only this technique. There are people who know more than one technique, and they're using them, interchangeably. Like I know dozens of techniques. So this is just one of the techniques in my toolbox. But if I wanted to, I could only use PEAT on every client's request, and I know I will get results. So, how much do you charge for one-on-one session? Well, because I practice in the United States, we're talking about different sums of money here. But what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to make that a class available for people in Kenya, Nigeria, and Southern Africa, so that so that you can learn it and you can start practicing it. And I do not offer private sessions right now, but I do offer learning. And as part of learning, you'll get exposed to me, and I'll be working on many of you. Those who will join my class, I will work on you guys in the class. So, and then again, how much I charge in the United States, that's totally different. We have a totally different economic situations in America. So so I'm probably not going to be offering one-on-one sessions in Africa. All right. Okay. Anything else? Oh yeah, so somebody's saying, hi, thanks. This is all about self-growth and development, right? You will be supplying us with necessary information. Inner pieces is vital. Well, in the class that I'm talking about, the 3-day class, I'll be actually teaching the technique. So I'll be giving you all information on how to apply this technique so that you can become a PEAT processor. And I totally agree with you. Inner peace is extremely vital. All right. Thank you for your questions. And I'm sorry, guys. It's even though I'm based in America right now, I'm in Thailand, and right now it's 1 a.m. So I'm a little bit sleepy, but it's all right. I can talk. All right. So
I think it's about the woman's submission.
I don't know if that was to me. Are you asking me something, or you're just talking to somebody? Okay. All right. Okay, guys. So if any of you is interested and you are considering taking this class, then please contact me and we can set like a one-on-one personal session, and we'll talk about your goals, your personal goals with this class, and we'll also talk the price. I'm still trying to figure out the price. I want to make it available for everybody who wants to learn it. All right, there's a question here. Each PEAT practitioner has their own price. Yes, absolutely. Once you're certified and you can practice PEAT, you can set your own price. All right, guys. I think I'm done. I'll still wait if you have some more questions. And if you're interested in taking this class, contact me and we'll set a, one-on-one private consultation. It's free. And then we can talk more about your situation and I can see if I will be able, me and PEAT will be able to help you with in your particular situation. Yes, you can contact me via like we've been talking, like via Facebook or via WhatsApp. And the price for the class, once we set up the personal one-on-one meeting, I will tell the price at that meeting. All right, so yeah, Priscilla is asking, is there a professional body that certifies PEAT practitioners? Yes, there is. I'll send you a website. There's a list of all the practitioners and list of all the trainers. I'm in that. I'm in that list of trainers, and it's the family of the person who developed this technique. So yes, there is a professional body that certifies PEAT practitioners. So I am certified to certify PEAT practitioners. And Mr. Solomon is asking, how do you know if your price will be too low or too high? Or is there any specific system for regulating pricing? Well, I guess you would have to figure out how much a life coach is charging in your country. And if you're just starting, you can offer the lowest price. And you can just Google, like, how much is the session with the life coach will cost in my country, like in Nigeria or in South Africa. And it will say like from this to this. So you can start with the lowest amount. And once you get more experience and more clients, you can start raising that amount. Okay? Because you can pretty much charge the same amount that life coaches charge in your country. Yes, I'm asked how much will it cost BPOT for the class. Let's set up a private one-on-one and we'll talk about that in the private one-on-one. All right, thank you. Thank you, well answered, thank you. All right, guys, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate you all being here and yes, have a good evening now. All right, thank you. You know where to contact me, so we'll be in touch. All right, guys. Bye now.